I find that in the media, especially or in the digital media world, I find that we're a little bit more supportive, I think, than the regular entertainment industry. I feel like maybe because we're all in it together, and it's like kind of a nice community. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but that leads into my next question, which is, do you guys feel like the web is more available or open to female creators than television, regular entertainment?
I don't think it's necessarily open more to female creators as it is open more to everyone. So female creators definitely fall into that. But really it's just so accessible that anyone can do whatever they want to do, which has been great for female creators and creators of all kinds, really.
I find that with just being an actress and just looking at it from that point of view, I find that it's a little bit, as I was saying earlier, I feel like it's a little bit more liberating because I don't need to be worried because we are creating our own content. I don't need to be worried that, you know, I don't know, we already have your type, or what are you? That's my favorite question that I get when I'm in auditions is, so what are you? Like, are you Latina? Are you Black? Are you Middle Eastern? I'm like, no, I'm Italian. Sorry. Like, you know, like I get that so much, and like it's nice and liberating that like I don't need to be like the typical like Latina curvy girl, or like, you know, the mulatto like mixed race girl. Like I can just be in front of the camera and, you know, have a character that I normally wouldn't even be put in an audition for, that I can show my craft. And I find that I find that ridiculously liberating. I find it different than regular entertainment. I don't know if anybody wants to add to that, but that was one of the things that I was telling Jeff, that it's so frustrating being in LA and being an actress and having that like, I mean, who the hell says that? First of all, what are you? Like, really? Like, what are you? I'm a person. Like, you know, I'm a woman, and here I am, and I have hair and eyes just like you do, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to touch base on that part of this world.
I mean, I'll agree with Regan that it's open to everybody, and that's what's fantastic about it. I did kind of come to a thought about what, you know, people that are giving the money, like brands or companies that work with brands, what shows you talk to other, you know, production companies that are producing shows and are like, this is what we're looking for. And I've come to realize that it's fascinating because what they're looking for from female kind of writers and directors and the like are cooking and kids shows. So essentially we're back in the 50s. And what's happened here? It's suddenly like, where's the Mary Tyler Moore Show that we now really need apparently again to get us back on track? Because apparently that's, you know, it's like they really all want women's content, but when you ask them to define what it is, they're always like, oh, well, you know, cooking or kids. Yeah, great. Back to the 50s.
I could be the maid. I could be the maid in that, right?
You could.
Oh, God.
So I still think there are obviously challenges no matter where we are. You know, it's just how it is. But it's but we do get the opportunity obviously with the web, and I think when you know, we want, you know, as directors and producers or whatever, we want good, solid, talented actors, and we don't really care what they, you know, their ethnicity or anything. We're looking at characters, and we're not, because we're not playing to you know, like studios or whatever. They're like, well, this is, you know, we're playing to this white middle class or whatever. We don't have those. We're just like, this is our story, and hopefully everybody will like it. And we don't need to go for a specific type of person. So we do have that kind of freedom because it's creative freedom. We don't have, you know, people watching it and critiquing it and saying if it's right or wrong. So so yeah, I mean, there's lovely things about the web, for sure, for women as well as everybody else. But we'll we'll always have some challenges no matter what medium that we're in, and that's just kind of always gonna. I don't know when that's gonna change, honestly, but you know, it's certainly for the web. I mean, we have to always give Felicia Day a little more credit than perhaps people. I mean, I know people give her credit, but I don't think that people really understand, as a woman making the mark that she did, how big that was. And it's important to acknowledge, and you know, I think it really is pretty amazing what she's done and able to continue to do. Her and Kamibi able to do continuously and still be out there and putting out great work and being recognized, and you know, they've been fabulous for the industry and for women in the industry.
I'm sorry, Tina. I just want to make sure that we caught that. You said Felicia Day, correct? Because
yes.
There was like a glitch in. I know who Kamibi is, but there was a glitch in the video, so I just wanted to make sure that we all heard that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Felicia Day and Kamibi. Yes.
No. Can I just add something to
Absolutely,
that?
please.
I mean, I think that all credit is due to one of our heroines of the web. However, and I think, you know, her and her work does span different genres, but there is a big gamer part of it. But I think that just even doing Best Host, which was, you know, the sponsors wanted a show about women, and they, you know, I was able to write about women who work at home, women who are considered too old now to be in the workforce, you know, single moms who make, you know, in this case a blog, not a web series, but all of those things, which again didn't have restrictions, and it reached a lot of people. They were very happy with the numbers in that first season. Now, we were supposed to go on and didn't. Tina directed the show. But I bring it up because, to me, what I loved about doing that was all of the women that were involved in it, the women it spoke to, and the potential for bringing older women as well, older women, women of different generations together to, you know, get on the web. I mean, I have to say that a lot of my friends, I had to, you know, force to just watch the first episode of Anyone But Me, and then they saw what it was and loved it, and they go, oh, you know, some of them don't even watch television, let alone the web. But I mean, I think there's really nothing like it. And I've been on a number of SAG panels, and I have to tell you, just in my own life experience, I've learned a lot from actors. You guys, gals, you make things happen. You know, writers don't always, at least coming up in traditional ways, don't always make it happen. You write it, and then you hope somebody will do something with it. And what I've learned on the web, and from actors, from Tina as a director and as an indie filmmaker, is this is quite the moment. This is quite the opportunity to not just get your show out there, but to get your voice heard. And in ways that you don't get your voice heard in traditional media. You don't. Too many committee members, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. I say as an actress, when people ask me, this is my yes to myself in an industry that is telling you no, no, no. The web allows you to say yes. Yes, I can, you know, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can write, you know, do roles that are outside the box of that you want to put me in, or yes, I can get up and I can be creative instead of, and I think being an actress and going through some of those no's and going through some of the things I've been through as an actress has made me a better creator. I honestly didn't know. I was like, ooh, you know, my like I said, what I'm comfortable in is in the acting, but it made me in some ways a better writer. It made me better on the set when I was kind of, you know, I did direct our trailer in our first episode. I mean, I did eventually bring on a different director because I was like, it's just too much. I can't do everything now. But it made me, you know, my actors were like, oh my God, like this was just such an enjoyable experience. But I know it's because I was an actor, so I know how to interact with you. I know how to kind of talk and, you know, ways that make us feel comfortable and things like that. And I would say, you know, as you said, it's just very empowering. It's very empowering. Like, I'm not sitting and waiting, like, because I don't have an audition, you know, flipping out a little bit as I would have in the past, because I'm like, oh, I can get up and write another episode. I have something else to, you know, something else to put my time and my energy towards. And I think this is just a great platform and time for, you know, people who want to be creative to say yes to themselves and put their work out. And I mean, you definitely still, sometimes I don't fluff it just to say it's all easy. I mean, unless you're just doing, you know, some people do their weekly, if you're doing a series, it does require time and planning and things like that, and still money, but I mean, it's not impossible. You can still, you can do it and put it out there, and that's a great thing.
It is. It's super exciting. I'm so thankful. Like, I really wonder if I would have moved to LA, you know, before this new age of media, if I would have lasted, to be honest with you, in getting the same feedback, because it's just super frustrating. It's super frustrating when you're just literally sitting around waiting, and now that we have this, you know, we can just be like, okay, well, forget it. I'm going to do something else, you know. I'm going to put my, like you said, put your energy elsewhere. And then when you do that, you're also practicing your craft, one, and then two, you're not sitting there, you know, waiting for the phone to ring. You're working.
What I also noticed is it also puts a certain energy out there that even though you weren't doing, for the longest time, I was looking for a theatrical agent out here because it was, you know, that's a different thing. Coming from Chicago, we had your agent who represented you for everything. Out here, it's not like that. You have to, you know, but I believe in doing your own thing and kind of being empowered, it puts a different energy out there. Like, within this week, I had someone wanting to sign me theatrically now, because you're out there and you're doing your thing and you're doing this for yourself, that it starts to draw different, you know, different things out there, and people will be like, oh, what are you doing now? Whereas maybe as an actress, you would just kind of, I got to get to my audition, and I hope I get this, and I hope. But now, since you're doing something of your own, I think it gives you a different, you know, it gives you a different sense of self that people kind of start to take notice and say, okay, what is this? You know, what is going on over here? What is going on with this young lady over here? Because you have a different air about you, maybe, because you're not just sitting waiting for that phone. Phone to ring.